is how Cheryl Reeve was very standoffish to Caitlin Clark's arrival, very dismissive to Caitlin Clark's arrival, very agenda driven when it comes to selecting her for the national team. And I have to think Dawn Staley is in that book as well. And she knows a bomb is about to drop when it comes to what she had to say, when it comes to her part in the Team USA national team. We know what she said publicly.
We've just received new information that changes the entire landscape of women's basketball. If you thought the Caitlin Clark saga had ended, if you believed the Olympic snub was the final chapter, you were wrong. Completely wrong. Because what is coming out of USA basketball right now isn't rumor. It's not speculation. It's a full-scale paradigm shift. The Caitlin Clark effect has officially broken through the walls of the establishment. We're talking about total restructuring, executives in panic mode, and a sudden realization that they cannot afford, literally or symbolically, to repeat the same mistake twice. And the headline is simple. This changes everything. Not clickbait, cold, hard fact. Because the performance Caitlin Clark just delivered against the very people responsible for her Olympic exclusion didn't just prove a point. It forced their hand. Today, we're breaking down the fallout. The secret meetings, the sponsor pressure, and the brand new roadmap being drawn for the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. A roadmap that doesn't just include Caitlin Clark. It hands her the keys to the kingdom. The old guard is shaking. The hierarchy is collapsing. And it's all happening because one player refused to accept no as her destiny. To understand how explosive this news is, we need to look at the timeline. For months, USA basketball hid behind the same narrative. Wait your turn. Experience over hype. They stuck to that script even when ratings exploded. Even when Clark's merchandise sold out nationwide. Even when fans revolted across every platform. They thought the storm would pass. They thought Clark Mania would cool off. They thought the WNBA season would overshadow it. And then, the revenge game happened. We covered it in our last video, but now we need to talk about the fallout. When Caitlin Clark tore apart Cheryl Reeve's defensive scheme, she didn't just win a game. She shattered the narrative. She exposed the decision-makers. She made them look out of touch, emotional, and unprofessional. According to insiders, that performance was the breaking point. The moment everything changed. We're now hearing that major broadcast partners, the very companies who fund these global tournaments, picked up their phones immediately after that game. And their message to USA basketball couldn't have been clearer. You're losing money, and you're hurting the product. Because right now, in the world of sports, Caitlin Clark is the most valuable currency there is. So what's changing? Apparently a lot. Word is that the entire selection process for the 2026 World Cup and the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles is being restructured from the ground up. The old committee system, where personal grudges and outdated politics blocked rising stars, is now under review. USA basketball is shifting toward a data-driven model, one that values current impact over past resume. And make no mistake, this is a direct reaction to the Caitlin Clark snub. They're finally realizing. You cannot build a global marketing plan for a home soil Olympics in LA without the biggest star in the sport. And there's real fear inside the organization. Fear that if they continue to disrespect Clark, she might simply walk away. Imagine the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles. And Caitlin Clark decides she'd rather rest. Or run her own training camp. Because she remembers what they did in 2024. That would be a PR disaster of historic proportions. The power dynamic has completely flipped. USA basketball needs Caitlin Clark far more than Caitlin Clark needs USA basketball, and they're finally acting like it. But there's another layer, player power. The younger generation, Angel Reese, Cameron Brink, and others, are watching closely. They saw how the face of the league was treated, and the sentiment is growing. The old guard's politics must go. The system needs to change. And this latest development suggests something major. The next Olympic roster won't just include Caitlin Clark. It may very well become a Caitlin Clark-centric system, built around her pace, her spacing, her vision, her passing. This is a massive shift from Cheryl Reeve's old-school philosophy. It's an admission that the problem was the system, not the player, and that the traditional style of play is outdated compared to the revolution Caitlin is leading. Nike, State Farm, Gatorade. These aren't just brands. These are billion-dollar corporations that have poured massive investments into Caitlin Clark. Do you think they were happy when their brightest star was sitting on her couch during the Paris Olympics? Absolutely not. Insiders say sponsor pressure has now reached a boiling point. They want assurances. They want visibility. They want their star on the biggest stage in the world. This shift we're seeing? It's the result of corporate muscle being flexed hard. They'll say it ruins the purity of the sport. But let's be honest. Professional sports are a business. And business is booming for Team Clark. While the old establishment, stagnant. This isn't corruption. This is the market correcting itself. This new direction puts her in a very uncomfortable position. If the organization is shifting toward a Clark-led future, where does that leave the coach who openly dismissed the hype? It leaves her on the outside looking in. We may be witnessing the slow fade out of an old coaching mentality. Because if USA Basketball is serious about embracing the future, they may have to walk away from the symbol of the past. This isn't just a roster decision. It's a full-on regime change. A message to the world that Team USA is entering a new era. An era defined by range, speed, spacing, and star power. Caitlin Clark didn't just force her way into team discussions. She forced an entire institution to look at itself and realize the reflection wasn't pretty. Los Angeles, the world watching. If this change holds, we could be witnessing the formation of the most electrifying Olympic basketball team in history. A team built for Caitlin Clark's style. Shooters in every corner. High-flying bigs who can catch lobs. A fast-paced offense dropping 110 to 120 points a night. That vision terrifies opponents and thrills executives. This shift is step one. It's the open admission that the slow, grinded-out style is gone. Caitlin Clark buried it, and now they must build a new system on its ashes. Is this change genuine, or is it just damage control? Are they truly sorry for leaving her off the team, or are they just sorry they got exposed? USA Basketball hates acknowledging mistakes, so they won't admit they were wrong. They'll dress it up. We're evolving. The game is changing, but we know the truth. This evolution has a name, a number, and a jersey, and that jersey says Indiana Fever on the front. We all know what this evolution is called. It has a name, it has a number, and it wears an Indiana Fever jersey. This shift isn't accidental. It's a surrender, a white flag raised in front of overwhelming talent. So now the question becomes, what should Caitlin Clark do? Should she accept this sudden olive branch? Should she step into the role of savior for a program that once rejected her? That is the million-dollar question. If I were advising her, I'd make them beg. I'd make them announce their commitment publicly. I'd ensure the roster is built to win, not to flatter aging veterans. Because this is her leverage moment. Caitlin has never been more powerful than she is right now. She holds the moral high ground. She holds the statistical high ground. She even holds the financial high ground. This report, this rumored restructuring, is the vindication everyone has been waiting for. It proves that talent eventually beats politics. It proves that the fans still have a voice. Caitlin Clark already changed the WNBA. She changed the NCAA. And now, she has changed the Olympics. The Team USA disaster of 2024 will be remembered not as a tragedy, but as the spark that ignited a necessary revolution. The Queen stayed queen, and the Olympics will never be the same again. Now I want to hear your predictions. Do you think USA Basketball will clean house? Does Cheryl Reeves survive another cycle? And should Caitlin demand a public apology before ever suiting up for Team USA? The comments are going to be on fire for this one. This is a developing story, and we're tracking every move they make. If you want the truth before the mainstream media waters it down, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that like button. We are watching the throne change hands in real time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next breakdown.